Hey everybody, welcome to the L Ranch. Today's agenda is to do some grass work, a little bit of alfalfa. We've got a lot of straw to get off of the ground, and we're still setting up our big cow pasture and feeding the cows here on the ranch. So here we go. First thing we're going to do is run over and check on the barley field and probably see about getting a tractor on that, start breaking that out again, getting it ready to go. So we're just gonna swing through over here and grab either the Steiger or the cloths, and we'll just grab the cloths. Run up here and grab the cultivator. We're gonna have to get all that straw off of that field there. Let's get this guy started first. About 8 o'clock in the morning here on the ranch. There we go. That's a sharp turn there, folks. Let's go ahead and get this lined out. There we go. Looks like they're cooking breakfast there at the Willow Lumber Company. Folks getting a little gas at the station. We've also got grass ready to take off again, and alfalfa. If we get time to do that, we'll jump on that too. Let's get over here and get set up to get our barley field turned over a little bit. So we made a good harvest off the barley. Holding on to that until December is when our best prices are going to be. I'm going to look at that today. See if we need to start moving some of that. And let's just get ourselves set up here. We're going to run this clockwise. We're headed clockwise. It changes to clockwise. We're only running one tool. Let's run 3 headlands, and we're going to round the corners on one of those. Generate that course. There we go. Let's jump in here and make sure we're lined up. Save us a little time that way. And we'll make sure we're on first waypoint, and here we go. One nice thing about Farm Sim is you don't have to drive a truck over here and wait for yourself. So you got a way home. With this new switcher mod, that is handy dandy to say the least. Well, looks like we've hung up again just a little bit. For some reason that's happening on the Montana map, and it's really not happening other places. So let's go ahead and get this fella here set up to go start pulling that straw off of the fields there by the house. Since in beating around the bush on that, well, let's just go ahead and get him spot here. And we're gonna run that. Run it counterclockwise. And let's run 3 headlands. And let's run those. And let's go ahead and run our headlands first. Let's generate that. That's a big field. It may take a minute to generate, folks. If any of you are curious about my setup, if you will look in my description of my video, I decided that I would start posting that with my know anything about it. They can definitely find it out there. Let's go ahead and close all this up. I believe I had to change that field name. So we're working on a series for auto drive, and we're going to call it an advanced auto drive system, because I'm hoping to do some things that you haven't seen before, and yeah, it'll work. And supposedly, well, let's say supposedly, I've kind of worked out some things that we can do with it that we haven't really seen before by making some minor adjustments to our XML. One of those things being that if you set up a route, i.e., we can say 3 different silos, 3 different feedlots, whatever the case may be, there are some coding changes pretty easily made, and you can actually make it track to those locations by the need. In other words, if X is half and Y is a quarter, it can go to the quarter first, or the one that's out first. So, which is pretty handy little modification if you get right down to it. Get him where he's going. These are sunflowers here on both sides. They're not quite ready yet, but we're getting there. A love the quality of the sunlight in this map first thing in the morning. It's actually really nice map for that. Put in these big stadium lights over the yard the other day, and I didn't think about how bright they were actually going to be. That's a lot of light right there. So we're going to take this straw and we're going to actually drop it into our new silo system until we've got quite a bit of it, and we're going to go from there. The other thing I don't have set up on this map yet is horses. I tend to always have horses on my stuff, and I haven't done that here yet. I'll be honest with you, I really don't see a good place for horses. The cattle kind of had to make a spot for them on this map, and there's some smaller barns, but my gameplay preferences are more about a larger herd of cattle, and most of my ranching, or most of my farming stuff is actually in support of the ranching side of it. If you've checked in with me before, you probably already know that, but go ahead and check the forecast, see what we got coming. We got some snow coming. We're gonna get, so normally I have a Texas weather geo installed, and I have not done that yet on this map, so we're gonna get Montana weather, which is not a enjoyable thing for a Texas boy like myself. That's a lot of snow, and I'm not a big one on moving the snow, so a lot of times what I'll do is try to go break ice. Let's see here what we got. I don't know. He sees something though. Stuff. Believe it or not, they'll act, and when you do that, what happens is sometimes the object's collision is large enough that what will happen is the tractor still sees it as a collision, and it will actually stop and to keep you from running into whatever that is. I keep collision avoidance turned off most of the time, just for that reason. This tractor, I just got it the other day. You saw that little stutter right there. That's probably, it saw something else that was concerning to it, but it got past it and moved on. So back to our theories. What we're going to try to do is do an auto drive series, and I'm going to start with the basics, but we're going to get into some more advanced things, like actually some course editing outside of the game, some small XML tweaks that you can actually make that will allow you to do some other things with that. I actually use a little program called Touch Pro that actually will connect my tablet to my main computer. What that does is it actually will allow you to have and utilize a lot more hotkeys. So where you have to do finger gymnastics to do a 3-key hotkey for the game, what you can actually do is you can create a very complicated 3-key hotkey to do something in auto drive that you know isn't going to conflict with anything. You can assign it to a button on Touch Pro and label it what it does. So one of the things that a lot of people don't even realize that auto drive does is you can actually build a route that goes both directions at one time. You can actually build a forward and reverse course for auto drive by driving down the middle of the road. We don't utilize that because it's tied to a hotkey that's non-assigned. And if you can actually assign a hotkey to it that you know is not going to interfere with something else, and Farm Sim 25 uses a lot of your keyboard if you actually get into looking at what the capabilities are of that. What you can do by using something like Touch Pro is create a dashboard that allows you to do all these specialty operations with just a hotkey touch, and that will make your life, quite frankly, so much easier. So let's go and grab our truck. Oops, wrong one. Go. We're gonna grab our truck, and what I want to do next is, only downfall of this switcher is that if it's active, you lose any control at all. So what you wind up having to do is turn it off and turn it on. Again, back to the hotkey thing, I have it set up so it's down D-pad and A will open it, but that won't close it. You have to X out. The other thing that'll do it is the control button. Problem with that is, the right control button. Problem with utilizing the right control button to do it is, what's your points on your auto drive course? Yep. So you wind up with just lines now. Put them back. It's no big deal, but it just takes a little bit of time. Let's run down here. We'll take a look with the sheep and see, check on our animals. Don't have any chickens on the map yet. Right now, all I have is some cattle and some sheep. And sheep I've had the longest, and we're probably getting to a point that we're going to have to start thinking about hauling some wool and selling it. I don't know how much room the spawn point for this has, but right now I've got, let's see what we got. Let's go ahead and run over and count right quick. So we've got a full pallet and a 3/4 of a pallet. So, we're probably good for a while. Now, I'm going to go ahead and check out here, make sure we've still got feed. And we do. And now we have 8 animals of 500 on this pasture. And if we go in here, we can find out what we've got, and we probably need to look at that right quick. Open our dialogue, check our messages, and we're doing pretty good here. We're having twins a lot. We lost one due to an accident, and so we've gained we should have more than that. Oh, I sold off 3, didn't I? Yeah, so there you go. Here's our information. The lambs. Ewes. And we should have... There's our sheep. I always hear the Baywatch theme when he runs like this. I'd sing it, but YouTube would gig me for it. And I don't know how many of you guys are old enough to have watched Baywatch, but the first season of Baywatch had a different theme song than all of the others because they had issue again with copyright. We were talking about copyright stuff, but let's see what we got as far as milk here. See what we got. Got here 3 brown Swiss and a handful of Holsteins. Really ought to have a bull in there. I did not realize we did not. Here we are with more crappy cattle. Yep. Well. That's why we don't have a bull, is I couldn't find one I liked. I'm gonna run up and take a look at the hay barn right quick and see how we did there. We had a partial truckload of hay up there. Make sure that it all got baled. Really need that, do we? Just a little bit of visual clutter there. By the way, need to do some moving around here while we're thinking about it. Go ahead and see what we got in here. Got 93 of hay, and that's all we have right now is hay. Let's go over here to the alfalfa barn. Gonna cut across this morning. I picked up the new stationary PTO and was trying it out with this system here. There we go. And I ran into a little bit of a quandary with it. We're gonna have to because what happened is after I got it over here and got it hooked up, it actually stopped working correctly, and I couldn't get it to release the baler, and not real sure what the deal was with that. We're gonna actually do store delivery right quick. I guess we're not. Sharing a let's see. I don't think this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it. I need a pallet forks. And buy that. That worked. Good deal. What I was doing is there's a conflict between the save player position and the store mod, the store deliveries mod that was concerning. I guess I could have zoomed out. I could have seen it, couldn't I, guys? But I didn't. So we're gonna grab this and take it over and put it at that other barn. and get rid of that Duke's tractor. This sucker's heavy. It's about all this little tractor can do to get it up. Try not to get in too big a hurry here. But I want to set this up and use this over here and get rid of that Duke's tractor. It's just, I don't know. I don't care for it. For those of you who haven't used this yet, it's actually a pretty neat little mod. We've had stuff kind of like it in FS25, but not exactly like it. And there's gonna make a couple changes here, I think, before we get all hooked up. Fold the baler. So I am a little bit close here to I was a little bit close to the loading point there, and because of that, generating some have to do a little move in here. Break out the old super strength. Wouldn't it be cool to be able to do this in real life? And I think that's exactly where we want to be right there. We'll bring some hay over here in a second and test it out. Make sure we can get this set up. And one of the interesting things about this thing is it's actually drivable, which is just, I don't know, weird to say the least. Makes it nice to get done what you got to get done, but all these guys that are squealing about realistic gameplay are gonna have a fit. Get him all the way up under there and attach. That's the other thing, is using it with the Colossus. It wants to float a little bit, but that really doesn't make any difference. So, and I'm gonna X, and let's just go ahead and order some bale net. There we go. But what this is going to do is it's actually going to create an issue for us. We'll just use the little doots to fix it while we're here before we send it back to the sale, to the dealer. So what I'm going to do is activate our auto drive here, and see what we've got here. We've got a problem. So what we're going to do is we can do this a couple of different ways. We could literally sit here and manually drag all these over and fix this. I prefer not to do that. So what you can do, show you guys a little trick here while we're here. So what you can do is pick a point, hold down Alt, and roll your mouse. You'll watch that blue circle. What we're doing there is do not let go of your Alt and click again. And what you're going to wind up doing is you can delete a group of points all at once. Show you again. So click a point, hold your Alt, and scroll your mouse, and whatever's inside that scroll, as long as you don't let go of the Alt, tap again and you'll clear it all up. Just like so. Again, that's just one of those little tricks that you pick up, that if you don't think about it. I'm going to kill a couple of these here individually, because that way I can pull a new one here. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually use this. We're going to start in the center line here. Do once. It's a lot easier for me if I'm looking backwards, like so. Check your wheel rotation right quick, so you know where you want to go. And if you'll just rock that, just gently. Let's go ahead and move that point back just a skosh there. Make sure we're good and lined up, and we're actually in the pit there. And we're going to name this, it's going to be hay barn stationary baler. Now, so what we want to do next is create our route out from here. Easiest way to do that, pull up just a little bit, bump your auto drive, Connect your first point. And we're going to head out. Right there, and we're done. Now, next thing we need to do, it's easier just to drive back up there, actually. So, what we want to do, crap. Had that just perfect too. So what we want to do is we want to come here so we know for a fact. Let's go ahead and fix that right quick. Yeah, that didn't work. Yep, let's just set that down and fix it. That's what I get for trying to take a shortcut. Push this in there. Yeah, that didn't work out the way we planned, did it? Y'all can laugh at me. That's because I'm gonna laugh at me. That's for sure. Okay, let's get back in here and fix that mess. There. Let's fold this all back up. Yeah. And I know y'all are thinking, well, we didn't come in here to watch him fiddle around with this. But yeah, that didn't work out right. Yep. Now then, we're going to try to get this where we want it. Yep, I think we're there. Yep, that's where we want it. Tractor out of the way. Really got to figure out some way so I can see my chat while I'm actually in the game, as I don't difficult to monitor both of those at the same time. For those of you who do not know, Remarkable Joe there is actually Mrs. L Ranch also. And as of right now, she's my singular moderator. Got this all figured out now. Go ahead and adjust that just a skoosh there. Make sure it gets all the way back there. Next thing we want to do is going to pull this point here up just a hair. And I'm actually going to create a couple of points rather than trying to drive it again. And that's control left mouse. Another little tidbit of information is if you put your last forward point needs to go just right behind your first reverse point, like right there. Lock that in right there, and we'll one, and this is not the easy way to do this, first of all, but it is probably the way to get it done the cleanest. So right there. And now then, what we're going to do is get this tractor out of the way. And run over and grab our hay transport. It's right there. May not have any hay to move. I may have to actually just make some right quick to use Easy Dev and fill it up. Not bad. Gonna do hay barn. Hay barn stationary baler. Go check this other dryer and see if maybe it's got some in it. Might as well get both of them while we're here. We're doing good. Have almost a full load. We're going to switch over to feed processing, hay dryer 2 for our route. And we're going to ride with this truck and make sure this goes the way we want it to go. We've got one of our implements is blocked up there. We're going to have to go chase that down here in just a minute. But first of all, we'll get this hay started, make sure it's going to do what we want it to. Tell you what I'd like to come up with, and I don't know if I have the chops to do it or not, but we were talking about the tablet app a minute ago. I wish you could send your notifications from the game to your tablet and have it flash. I'd like to do the same thing, though, believe it or not, with my chat. See if he makes it. Yeah, he's gonna make it. We're gonna have to do a little work on the ground around there since we moved all that. There we go. Awesome. Now, make sure this does what we wanted it to do, which is it should make sure our baler's working like we want it to. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I'm gonna get this Dutz tractor headed back to the sale and see if we can't get a little bit of our money back on that. Actually, this one can go to... We're gonna have him go straight to shop repair. Looks like he's going a lot faster than he is. I think that tractor can only do like 17, 18 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and fix this while we're here. Tired of watching them try to get over that hump there. This. Just a little bit more. Smooth function. Should make his life a lot easier. I need to get out of the way so I don't get run over though. Yep. Extend that a little further, don't I? Go ahead and do this. Like we've hardly got anything in that truck at all. Okay. Just go ahead and send him back to his parking spot then. Run over here and get this tractor put back where it belongs. Boy, we have some foggy days. We definitely want to reset that sell point, or excuse me, the shop purchase point there. Now, if you're using the store deliveries mod, once you get this thing placed down and you want it to go back where you had it, if you'll do the same keystroke, Shift, Alt, and X, it'll actually reset that, and you don't have to deal with hunting where your stuff's going anymore. I'm gonna try to move this with this truck. I don't know if it's gonna let me or not, but maybe the wrong kind of hitch. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Wrong hitch. That's okay. So, back to what we were doing. We're going to run up and take a look at that alfalfa on the north end. Get that tractor put up. And that's what collision avoidance is for. I remember the old days, FS25, where that tractor just run over you. For those of you who haven't been playing a long time like this, one of the things that used to happen is if you got out of the tractor while it was running, the tractor would stop because it would not allow it to run over you. Nowadays, that's a little different. It'll actually run all up on you. So, we've got a tractor block somewhere. Let's go take a look at that. Get him off the road. Same spot we got into earlier, so have to kill this for a minute. Drop her right down and see if we can get by whatever that is. If that got us there. Yep, there we go. Whatever that is definitely an issue on the back end of this field. See where we're at. Gonna go through a save cycle. I had autosave turned off, and I had put in the real autosave mod to give me a little more flexibility. But it kind of was giving me the same problems as the regular autosave, so I just decided, well, if you're going to have to deal with it either way, you might as well just run one less app on your one less mod and run it this way. Trying to figure out, I'm not having much luck on this map. with these hangs, if I look at my log, it gives me a garbage pass warning, and that is just, it's kind of vague, and very frustrating, let's put it that way. A little longer hang than we're used to. Well, at least the music's good. I think I may have actually worked out some kinks on the music side. There for a while, every time I would put music behind the videos, I would get gigged on copyright. And it wasn't a copyright strike per se, but it was a thing that said that as long as I used that, I couldn't monetize. Which, to be very honest, guys, isn't real scary because so far I ain't monetized. But there we go. Broke loose finally. Yeah, I'll have to run the log after I get out of the game and see if I can figure out what's going on with that. Let's take a look at our prices for soybean straw. See what we're going to get for it. I think it's in here as legume straw is what it is. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, and see, that's gonna pop up right now in December too. We've got a million straw. That's going to be best price in January. And let's check our barley. I think our barley's probably about where it needs to be right now. Agricore, flathead grain, flour mill. Jack Daniels is buying. Let's get a truck started over that direction. We need to get some of that moved. Go here, and we're gonna processing large silo. And we're going to Jack Daniels. Jack Daniels unload. There we go. And we're going to take some barley. We'll make some barley water. There we go. Let's get him started. And if you guys will notice, we're running time 1-to-1. So normally I try to play real time because you can actually shorten it up and run any number of speeds, but it doesn't change the amount of time it takes you to do something. All it changes is the amount of time that passes. And when you're already on a month for a day and you're running at 5 times speed, you're literally always behind the 8 ball getting stuff done. So I've always preferred to run at 1-to-1. If I'm working on stuff, I will go to 0.5 because most of the time I try to keep my farming and my building separate to make my life a little easier, because that way I'm not trying to keep up with the farming all the time while I'm wanting to build. So we'll go ahead and let this run, and we'll see how much we get from the barley. We are at the top of the price arc right now, though. So we should be doing pretty darn good with that. I think we've got about 5 loads probably of barley. So take a look here and see how much barley we've got. Yeah, we're going to have 5 loads for sure. So whatever we get off of this, we can just multiply straight across. Yep. And Jack Daniels is theoretically just around the corner. Well, we're going to have a lot of canola coming off when that does come off here. Let's go ahead and look and see what our canola best price is while we're in here. Let's see. Grocery bean. Down here. We got canola oil. Another neat little mod that I've just installed. I'll kind of let you guys look at it. Is they now have a mod to search your build menu. So if you're looking for something particular, you can locate it. Handy dandy right there. I like this Caterpillar truck. There are a couple of minor issues with it. Primarily on pavement, it's great, but when you're off the hard pack with it, it's a little it slips some. I mean, even now I'm going 12 miles an hour up this bridge, but you got to figure I got 120,000 liters of barley on behind me, so and here we are. Good old Jack Daniels. See what we get on this. $135,494 a load. So it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of $750,000 from the barley harvest there. Tight turn. We may have to delete a car. He's actually going to make it. Wow. Yeah, it's still going to have to delete a car. Let's see if I can get it done. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it. It's going to make me buy it. So let's go ahead and buy it. See if it'll let me delete the car now. Still not gonna. Yep, that ain't gonna work. So let's go ahead and sell this back. Okay. So I guess we're gonna have to manually get him around this. And let's see what we got here. If we can get him adjusted to make it around that. And this truck is pretty agile because it has the rear turning axle on it, which is may not be a plus in this particular situation. If that gets us around it. Not well. Well, we gotta get him unhung. No getting around it. Just built a little tight. Move that whole thing around there just a little bit for later. Actually, the easy way to do this would be to do exactly this. Have to make sure it gets wide enough to get around that other car there. And for now, we're gonna have to fix it. Definitely gonna have to ride with him for another round, though. Make sure he navigates that better next time. One of the interesting things about this map is it has a lot of decor items on it, and I would appreciate it personally if modders, when they're creating these, although again it gives it a life by adding all these items, they should all be removable without having to get into Giant's editor to remove them. I can do that. I've done it before, but it's a nuisance to actually have to do that. Now, Object Hider is a great app for that, but end of the day, it doesn't always work. You saw that right there. Even after I bought the property, it wouldn't allow me to delete that car. And I know that's more work for the modders, but end of the day, it just improves the game playability so much if you can actually go in there and remove that stuff. Again, beautiful map. Great map. Just a couple of little piddly issues. This sign here is fine, but up here on this other corner, there was a sign in a tree on the far side of the intersection here that it didn't matter what you did, you were going to get hung up in that sign in that tree. So I took the sign out. It let me do that on this one, and put two trees on the opposite side of the road where they weren't obstructing traffic there. Again, these modders put in so much work on these maps, and I would not dare complain about the maps. I would make a suggestion that if you're going to do that, if you're going to add all these decor items, make sure that we as users, end users, can actually check them out. That was my main reason for learning a little bit about GE for Giant's editor, was because I wanted to be able to remove things that were theoretically not removable. And so you can go into GE, but even in GE it's tricky, because if you make those edits and then you don't reload the whole thing, which means if you have stuff in there, you're going to lose it. If you don't reload the whole thing, you're not going to get those things removed, because what it'll do is it'll revert to your save game and put everything that you remove back. It'll actually put it all back. And that's frustrating too. Busy here on the farm today. We're gonna make one more ride around on the barley and make sure that he can navigate that parking lot this time. He's driving like a Swift driver today. That's an arrow through there. And this is a big old truck. And guys, don't be afraid to reach out if you don't like the music, you don't like the format. If you'll just touch base with me in either YouTube or Facebook, either one, I don't care. We will see what we can do to make it where it's a little better for everybody. We may even have to add some Highland cows for Remarkable Joe. Always. Trying to get all this done before the snow starts. Or as much of this as I can get done before the snow starts. Because as I said earlier, I'd really like to sit somewhere with my feet up and watch a fire. And I've played around with the fishing. I was just noticing the docks down there. Played around a little bit with the fishing yesterday for the first time. Not much of a fisherman in real life, but believe it or not, they've actually done a pretty good job with that coming out of the Highland mod or Highland DLC that they released. Pretty funny to be able to actually catch a fish in game. I've got about 30 minutes left in the show today, and I'd like to start off by thanking you folks for hanging out and hanging in there with me. Let us know if there's something else we can do to make your farm sim life better. We are here for you at the end of the day. and try to be a little educational and also a little inspirational, and would like to throw a little bit of make you folks happy too. A little bit of joygasm occasionally wouldn't hurt. See how he navigates this time. I've never had Yingling beer. I see the sign, and I know they still make beer. I actually saw something online the other day, and somebody was talking about getting a Yingling. I don't, as a rule, drink beer, but some of the history, I guess, of the beer is interesting to me. See if he can navigate this. What we may try to do if he can't is we may take down some of this, see if we can take down some of this fence. If we can't, we'll go into GE and make some adjustments and pull some of this stuff out so we can get around. Because I'm not going to use a smaller truck just because I can't get around this parking area. See how he navigates. He made it around the little red car last time. It was the dark gray cars that he had trouble with. There we go. Excellent. Whizzing around like a champ. And if I'm not mistaken, we've actually had enough time now that our cultivator up in the north end of the map should be around to that spot again where he got stuck. And we're gonna run up there and take a look and make sure he got around that the way we wanted to. There we go. And yep, he's in a creek somewhere, folks. I bet he's right. Nope, that's the bridge. Here, let's just do this. Get in here. And it's the Zarian. Yep, told y'all he was in the trees. See if we can't get him back on the track. He got lost. See where he's actually at. Yeah. Halfway across the dadblame map, that's where he's at. Get back over here, let's fold this, it'll run a little faster. get through our alfalfa there. There's where we need to be. So here's the thing. So this is course play. And course play, if the implement or tractor leaves the course where you have it assigned, i.e., in this case, it's on field 71. If it leaves that field, it's supposed to actually throw a warning and tell you that it left the assigned course. Why it doesn't all the time, I do not know. But go down here, and these are ready to harvest. These are ready to harvest. This is ready to harvest. Let's see what we got for us. Don't know if I have 2 mowers on this map or not. But if I don't, I need to probably go lease one. We need to get that knocked out. Baler, nothing. Header. Our mower, there. We're gonna get him started on, just have him run up here all the way to the top and start in field 90. And we're gonna go lease another mower and have him start at the bottom. Tell you what we may do. I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna go pick up get in one of our trucks, and we're gonna run over to the shop. And well, first we're gonna go grab a trailer. And then we're going to head to the shop. I think what we're going to do is, instead of leasing a mower, we're going to basically go down there and buy another mower set and use one of our tractors that we've got now to do that. We could actually use that McCormick or one of those other John Deeres to knock that out, and we'd have it for next time. That didn't work. Go ahead and shop a little bit, get our mower picked out. Use this Krone Big M quite a bit. It's got quite a reach on it though. So you know what? Back. .3. Grab this Coon set and running the Sam's on the other one. I could go with the Vermeer though. Go ahead and grab this one, I guess. It's a little smaller, but I think what we'll do is we'll run it with the McCormick tractor, because that has a little less horsepower than our John Deere's that we're running. Go back now, see what we got, where we're at. Pulling in. So earlier, if you were watching, I sent this Dutch tractor back to the barn here. The reason that you always send them back is because you actually get better money for them. You can sell it from the farm and they'll just come pick it up, I guess is the best way to put it. But if you do that, you actually lose well, you're gonna lose money anyway. You're selling a used tractor, but you lose more money that way, I guess is the way to put it. Go ahead and get her ramps down there and run over here and grab the Dukes and put it in the barn. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal if you actually just sell the tractor. I think it takes like 20% off the top to not take it back to the dealership. So I say take it back to the dealership. Don't lose the money. Okay. So we're gonna wind up dropping our front implement here. So I will show you guys another trick that most people don't think about. It's not that folks don't know it, it's just they get moving quicker than they need to. So what you can do is, if you have one of these tractors like this one, well, that didn't work. There we go, had to get a run at it. Again, much like real life, you have to be careful where you put your weight on these tractors. It'll make your life a lot easier if you... And what we're going to do is, instead of picking this up with the back, we're going to pick it up with the front, just like what we just did that mower there. That's going to help us with our weight distribution issues that we were going to have picking it up the other way. Because it puts the weight in the right spots. Whoopsie, that didn't work. Got too big a run at it, I guess. And I'm not ignorant here. I actually know that if this were a real mower, we would not be transporting it standing up like that. But it will transport that way in game. So let's get this all put back together. By the way, that red cart there, if any of you have the misfortune of downloading it, there are some, I won't say issues, but it doesn't work quite like some of the other ones do. And normally what you would do is pipe out would actually bring the pipe out so you can actually unload it. With that one there, pipe out doesn't bring the pipe out. It opens the valve in the bottom of the cart that allows you to get the grain out, but it doesn't actually put the pipe out. So you have to manually put the pipe out. And we're going to strap. And we're going to head back to the farm. So I'm going to send him to the fuel tank on the main farm, because that's right by where we have that McCormick tractor parked. So that would be a good spot to go. There we go. Had another save there pop up. To deactivate that for now anyway. Get on our tractor up here, and he's headed to the creek. Not do that. that a hay bale? Sure is. Don't know how that got down there. Let's go ahead and get our points all up. Can't figure out where we started there. Is one nice thing about this mower setup is you can throw your windrow all one direction with it. Makes it really handy because you can keep that from the edges. There we go. So here's what I was talking about. You can actually throw your windrow all to the center like that, and it'll make it a little easier to take care of that way. Yep, we're knocking it out now. There's my truck coming. They did a really good job with the physics on the skirts for this particular mower. So when you're driving down the road on a truck, most of the ones that you have, it's kind of static when you're moving like this. But they went the extra step there and actually made it where the physics works on it no matter where you're at. Well, that's interesting. I muted my microphone for just a fraction there, and it locked the game up. So I'm wondering if I'm not having some sort of an audio conflict with my microphone. Very interesting. Using a Yeti Blue that my darling wife got me for Christmas. Make sure he navigates this okay. see what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna take this off up here because it's flatter. Run over and grab this McCormick. No. Well, everybody, it's looking like it's pretty much the end of our broadcast day. I lost track of time. Having fun. Playing, doing our thing. Let's go. We're gonna go ahead and get this off the tractor first, or off the trailer first, and then we're gonna wind it up. Go ahead and whip this around and put the front side on. See, this tractor sits a little differently, so getting in and out of the trailer is actually a little bit better with this particular tractor. Here we go. Well, I think we're going to wind it up right there, folks. And thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope you have a great Tuesday. And drop back in on Wednesday and see us again. We're going to pick up right where we left off. This tractor will probably still be on the trailer when you get here, and we'll still be dropping off barley at the Jack Daniels plant, as well as pulling straw off that big field, cutting a little bit of alfalfa and moving on through the day. Thank you for hanging out. And remember, guys, farming is important, and if we can get someone to look at this game for schools and stuff, so these kids can see what's actually going on with this and where their food comes from. Thank you for your time.